It is a tragic nature, the tragic nature of the human condition, that we always love boxing in God, placing limits upon God with our own finite imagination. According to people who live in limitation, they are comfortable with God being framed in ways that keeps God in the finite hands of those who have limited imagination. And I stop by here at Chautauqua to simply tell you that God cannot be boxed. As a matter of fact, our language is not enough to even speak about God. Let me put it this way, that I guess the God that we serve is beyond our anthropomorphic framing of God. If all you can do is frame God by a male or male using male pronouns, then you have broken down God to only give God 50% capacity. And that is why it must be understood that our language cannot speak to the totality of who God is. As a matter of fact, I would even make the controversial statement that God has a trans nature. Why would I say that God has a trans nature? Because when you look at the word Elohim, which is plural for the term God, that comes out of the Hebraic term that is a feminine pronoun. It means when you translate it into English, we always use male, but depending upon the situation, sometimes God has a feminine principle and sometimes God has a male principle, but we are always framing God one way, limiting who God can be. So I guess God has a trans nature because God, in the words of our ancestors, is a mother to the motherless and a father to the fatherless, a God who can transport, translate, transition, and transform. I guess God has some trans particular proclivities. But you see, we are so forward. We are always trying to place God within our limited understanding. And in order for us to recognize this, in order for us to break free from this, we must know that many times our possibility in life has been forced to labor under the spirit known as control. Whenever possible.